The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) wishes to announce that the collection of permanent voters' cards (PVCs) has been moved to the registration area wards from Friday 6th to Sunday 15th of January 2023. Thereafter, the exercise will revert to all the 774 INEC local government area offices from 16th to 22nd January 2023. Please note that you are not allowed to collect a PVC on behalf of another person. INEC is appealing to all registered voters to go and collect their PVCs now and avoid the rush and overcrowding usually experienced towards the close of the exercise. Remember, no PVC, no voting. This message is brought to you by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. INEC, making your vote count, consolidating our democracy.
The newly introduced series of 200 Naira, 500 Naira and 1000 Naira banknotes are now in use. Beyond these exotic features and preservation of our rich heritage, with images of some heroes past, the new banknotes come with enhanced security features and greater durability to prevent counterfeiting. Let's embrace the new banknotes. This is our Naira. Accept it. Spend it. The Naira is our national pride. Respect it. Handle it with care. This message is brought to you from National Orientation Agency, Rivers State.
Good morning, viewers. Happy New Year, and welcome back to NOA Rivers State Dialogue. This is our first edition for the year 2023, and we are back on this platform. We are glad to be back on this platform where government policies, programs, and activities are discussed and deliberated through feedback mechanism. Also, topical issues as it relates to our lifestyle, communities, economy, and society at large is discussed and deliberated on this platform. Recall last year, October 2022, CBN announced the redesign of new Naira notes, which are 200, 500, and 1000 Naira notes denominations. And it also on record that CBN printed 500 million pieces of these Naira notes, which ought to have rolled out on December 15th. And also in circulation from that December 15th to January 31st, while we return the old Naira notes. Also, simple to this information, National Orientation Agency, Rivers State, on this platform, sensitized and created awareness on the redesigned Naira notes. And it was deliberated and highlighted on the importance and the benefit of this Naira note on the topic, new Naira notes, benefits and impact. It was highlighted and deliberated on its positive impact to the society. However, this new development seems to be facing challenges in our society, and it brought us to our topic of today, which says redesign Naira notes and stakeholders' role in financial inclusion. And today in the studio with me, we have two wonderful guests, two wonderful personalities. We have seen their faces before, and they are here once again to discuss on this issue and to make the way forward on how we ought to go. Then on my right, we have High Comrade Prince AMEZHINIM ATUMA. He is the CEO, ODIO Cooperative Investment and Credit Society Limited, MSMES, Micro Small Medium Enterprises and Small Medium Size Enterprises, SMES, Consultant. We are welcome, sir.
Thank you.
We are glad to have you back.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir. You are welcome. And on my left, we have Mrs. ELAYE Jumbo. She is a policy analyst and environmental activist. You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm glad to be here too.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Also, viewers, it's also my pleasure to welcome you specially to this program because you are an important guest to this discussion. As we love to entertain your comments, your feedbacks in form of your comments, contributions, questions, and suggestions. So just feel free to hit the comment section. Under the due time, we will read them up. And so also feel free to hit the like and share buttons to your contact to join us on this discussion. I am by name Mrs. Ifoma Ilodigwe, your anchor for today NOA River State Dialogue. Thank you and have a beautiful time with us. All right, sir. I would love to start with you, at least of someone who is who is already in the system of financial activities. So, sir, for most national orientation agency, when we talk about grassroots sensitization, what we mean is reaching out to the ordinary people, the common man in the rural or remotest part of this country. So from our discussion today, we will love you to tell the viewers what financial inclusion is and who are the stakeholders involved.
Well, thank you, my presenter. And I want to use the opportunity also to commend the NOA River State for anchoring this enlightenment program, where we talked about financial inclusion. The major stakeholders in financial inclusion, I think, the CBN, the financial institutions, and other financial experts. The media is not left also from one of the stakeholders in financial inclusion, because you cannot educate the masses without the media.
Yeah.
However, CBN have a vital role to play to deepen the financial inclusion of Nigeria. And that's the reason why they have come up on programs targeting to reach out to the grassroots. And now, one of the benefits of the new NAIRA design is that it has made a lot of people to open an account. Ordinarily, these people don't have an account before now. But when they hear that, look, by the 31st of January, before it was shifted now to June, I think.
Yeah.
Now, that if you don't have an account number, or if you don't deposit the money you have, it will turn to counterfeit. And you can't everybody were rushing to bank to open an account. That was one of the way of financial inclusion. Those who say, I don't have any need of using account, I beg, I don't need account number, they do business, everything concern me. When they get that news, they rush to the bank. But it's not doing, CBN have been able to extend financial inclusion to the grassroots. Two, the media. In fact, the media were able to, if you on the internet, even these days, on the social media, we hear, oh, the CBN is one of the top news in the country. That look, by 31st January, the money you use, you don't take it back in the bank, you don't go counterfeit. And so, media also have played a role to extend financial inclusion to the grassroots. Now, also the commercial banks. Okay. The commercial banks, equally, in fact, I think I said they are one of the major stakeholders. They are in fact, is the financial commercial banks that you can open accounts and all that. Now, to extend it further, the commercial bank has come up with agents, which I myself am one of the agents. Yes, and I have over 1,000 agents working with me nationwide. Now, what is the work of this agent? This agent were able to go interior places, remote area where bank is not established. Now that's why we make use of we have app installed on your phone. Like in my phone, with my phone, I can open account with a second. I can open account for you within a second with my phone I'm holding. So through the agency banking, they were able to extend to it. For instance, if you go to some places, even in our university, there's no banks. So the agent is going down to these communities and open account for these places. That is part of financial inclusion.
Okay. Okay. That's what in summary, what you mean is the provision and availability of financial services to the public,
exactly.
Even in the remotest part.
Exactly. The financial is simply providing financial services to the person and making people to have access to financial services. That's all about financial inclusion.
Okay. Okay. All right, Ma. I would love to ask, do you have any other contribution relating to the stakeholders involved? He mentioned the CBN, he mentioned the media, he mentioned the commercial banks. Any other?
Well, just like he said, basically, the major stakeholders we're talking about here is the CBN.
Okay.
And it is obviously impossible if the CBN just comes up with its policy and keeps it to itself.
Okay.
So the first point of call to partner with the CBN ought to be the media. And if you ask me, I don't know how much partnership the CBN has with media organizations. Because the media organizations, of course, they are the fourth estate of the realm. And there is no way you can pass information, especially to the grassroots. There is no way information can be passed, especially to my grandmother in the village.
Yeah.
And some of them don't have TV. Basically, what they use is the radio. Some of them don't even have an Android phone that has this app. So the media organizations should be the first point of call for the Central Bank of Nigeria to partner with. Of course, these are the ones that will spread the news to the rural areas via especially their radio, their transistor radios. So I would want to opine that the central bank should partner seriously, massively with every form of media organization. The print, they could also utilize the social media and the regular media houses, should be involved in this so that there will be inclusion of the people in the villages, just like he said. But I don't know how that will work in the riverine areas. You find out that even some of us from the riverine areas, most people from the riverine areas, they find it difficult to travel because of one reason or the other. And now with this, talking about having agents to go to these rural areas to get the rural people involved, after that the question will be what next? So I think the central bank could do more, do more of enlightenment, do more of ensuring that that the commercial banks are dotted in the various. At least there should be let's say in my village. I am from Bonny, but I come from a village in Bonny, in Bonny, and in that my little village, there should be at least one commercial bank. I know they will say how many people will patronize them, but these are the things that should be put in place, for people, for the rural dwellers to be inclusive in such policies.
All right. Thank you so much. So viewers, you can hear from our guests in the studio this morning that telling us who are the people involved in this financial inclusion, the stakeholders involved, and that's they pinpoint the media. And I want to seize this opportunity to tell us, the viewers, if you are watching me right now, if you are streaming live with us, please hit the share button, like it and hit it. The platform that we are is part of the media platforms, it's part of the social media that can help to pass across this message, that can help to spread this policy, because what is good for one is good for everyone. We cannot leave the people in the remotest part of the area of our country, we have to carry everyone along. With social media platform, you can pass the news and another person can pass it with the word of mouth. So thank you as you do the right thing, and together we move this country to greatness. Thank you. So Ma, I will come to you on the second question. Late last year, it was announced that the redesigned Naira notes will be issued for the circulation from that December 15 to 31st of January. But concurrently, withdrawing the old Naira notes within the same time frame. How would you assess this policy? How will you assess the circulation? Is it high? Is it average? Is it low? If it's average, what can be done to enhance it? If it's low, what do you think that happened, and how can this be remedied?
You know, one thing I know very much about Nigeria is that we don't have a problem of creating policies. We don't have a problem making policies. But our problem is in implementation of those policies. We don't have problems making laws.
Yeah.
We don't have problems making rules. But how are these policies implemented? What measures were put in place ab initio before these policies are implemented? It will shock you to know that I have not set my eyes on any of the Naira notes. I stay in township. I go to the bank, but I have not seen it. So it means good policy, beautiful policy, wonderful, but implementation. There are no adequate measures that were put in place to ensure that this policy does not only see the day, but is sustained. If you ask me sincerely, you know, for a ratio of 1 to 10, I would say that we are below 5. Yes.
That's low.
Yes. Because I have seen on social media where people try to buy things with the new Naira notes from traders, and it's like, no, I'm not going to take this money.
Yeah.
I don't know this money. I have not seen this money. And well, let me not say, I would say I've not gone to the ATM lately. Last year up till now, I've not gone to the ATM. So I can't really say if if the new Naira notes have been are deposited in the ATM machines where people go and withdraw.
Oh, yeah.
But if you ask me, I don't think there is anything like that. You know, probably if you go to the ATM now to withdraw money, you will still get the old 200 Naira note, the old 500 Naira note, the old 1,000 Naira note. So how do you expect this policy, you know, to be sustained? So I think the timeline should not be too short. It should not be too short. You know, saying between December and January,
Yeah.
you know, the old Naira notes will become counterfeits. You know, and the other day, I think some weeks ago or some days back, you know, I had to really sit down to say, look, let me begin to think the places I hid money. You know, yes. I started wondering, I said, where did I hide money? Let me check under my bed. Let me check in my purse. Let me just check around,
Yeah.
so that I am not found wanting. You know, so that tomorrow I don't go and see and I see a 10,000 Naira there with the 200 Naira note, and it's like, wow, that is my loss.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think the span, it's short. Well, I believe they did that for a purpose. Security reasons. They gave reasons why for the change. Maybe that is the reason for this short span, so that they can achieve the security reason why the money was redesigned. But I think there should be a time. The timeline should be longer than what we have. But if it is for security measures, I think there are other ways in which they can track down fraudulence. There are other ways, there are other means it can be tracked, rather than put my grandmother in the village under the pressure of saying, if by January 30th you don't you don't deposit your money, it will become counterfeit. So I think other measures should be put in place, to ensure that that those in the rural areas are not found wanting, or are not disadvantaged in this good thing that the CBN has done.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Ma. That was wonderful. You really highlighted some facts. And one of the things that struck me, you said, it's easy for us to make policies, but the implementations is sometimes inadequate enough. Right now, we want to open our telephone line. You can wish to call in. If you are not able to drop a comment on the comment box, you can call us. The telephone line number is +234 9166587355. It's on the screen, but I will read it up again. +234 9166587355. Please, when you call, be civil. Just tell us your name, your location, and straight to the point. Thank you so much. So please, I would love to come to you as someone who is already in the sector. It's a good thing having you, because you will enlighten us and tell us based on experience and not based on what we heard. Just like she was saying that since December till now, she has not been to ATM to withdraw cash or to bank. Probably she used her mobile banking to do her transaction. But you in the sector, you see daily. I want you to rate this. She said from what she observed is low. She can give us below 5. So what do you have to say, and what is the remedy to this situation?
Thank you very much. Listen to Madam, I quite agree with her to some extent. I think that's the reason where the time has been extended. It's no longer 31st.
Okay, that's
now June.
Wow.
So, I think within this time, we were able to put the modalities in place to reach out to the public and to make more available the currencies for accessibility of Nigerians. Then, as also regards to thank God, she said you have not been to the bank. And that is what the reason, she has been transacting. People don't understand what she has said. She has been transacting business without necessarily going to the bank to withdraw physical cash. That is financial inclusion. That is the cardinal point of financial inclusion.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why the new currencies were designed, because of what they want to pump up the excess liquidity in the economy. So that itself alone means that we have begun to make progress toward financial inclusion. In a situation where I don't need to go to a bank and transact everything online with my phone, or buy and sell and do my business. So what remains for me, what I feel that should be done more is, like she said, is enlightenment. I saw some in social media, for instance, where somebody wants to buy something and use the new currency, and they visit the restaurant, and the person that is selling refuses to accept the money. In fact, it leads to a kind of fracas within the two persons. Or somebody else comes to identify that this is not the real money now, it's the real money. So to avoid those things, more campaign, more enlightenment need to be reached out for the grassroots. Because these are the vulnerable people within the space of the financial inclusion. So the people in the grassroots, because we don't have access to internet, so we don't have access to television, so we don't have access. So So I mean, even when they say on radio, they don't say the money physically. The radio is different from visuality. You cannot see it. So I think the CBN need to partner more with the media, the stakeholders in the media sector to make sure that these currencies, in fact, the financial educational things cannot survive without the media. You talk about the media.
Yeah.
The enlightenment need to be given to Nigeria. For instance, I told you that was about 8 years ago when we brought the first POS to people. It was it's a scam. Now we're not talking. How POS will take? Why will take withdraw money for POS now? Oh, people need used to know the ATM, not the POS.
Yes.
So one of the POS, they say now, yo, people are telling their relatives, don't use that POS, oh, please, oh, don't go and get POS. Oh. But within 6 years down the line, those of them who say POS now, they are not having POS in their business, using POS for their businesses. So the enlightenment is something that we really cannot do without enlightenment. The more we enlighten our people, the better we can actually include people financially. Then too, she talks about the country stay from money. Now, another thing we look at is the microfinance banks. We have microfinance banks. These are microfinance banks, and what is it? These microfinance banks are in their tiers. For instance, I have a national microfinance bank where they have national license. Now they can have offices in the entire Nigeria. They can have offices in all the states that they have national license. We also have regional-based microfinance bank where their licenses are based within a region.
Sorry, please, let's have that call. There is a call coming. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to NOA River State Dialogue. Please tell us your name and your location.
Good morning.
Good morning, you are welcome.
Yes, it's Kiwe.
Okay, you are welcome, Mr.
I'm
Chima.
calling from Port Harcourt.
All right.
Yes, I want to thank you for this lovely topic your people are discussing today, which has to do with redesigning our currency. It's a very important step in the right direction. But I want to say that until we begin to take the issue of sensitization, the issue of enlightenment serious in this country, our beautiful and lovely and wonderful policies will continue to fail. I could remember during Obasanjo's administration sometime in the year 2000 or 2001 or thereabouts, new currency was introduced. The National Orientation Agency embarked on a serious sensitization awareness campaign in all the local government areas. So until the government place emphasis on enlightenment, place emphasis on this, on how to revitalize, on how to make this agency, National Orientation Agency, support its responsibilities ethically. We will continue to have beautiful policies we continue to fail. So I want to say that the government should look into this agency and put this agency proper so that they will be able to carry out their responsibilities effectively. Ordinarily, this agency is supposed to have vehicles in all the 774 local government areas. By now, these vehicles with home with speakers are supposed to move around all the local government. So if you take the various communities about this new currency, redesigned currency, people should be aware of what is happening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Chinwe. We heard you, and I believe your suggestion and contribution. We reach out to the government, just like we say that this is a platform where government policies, programs, and activities are communicated to the populace through feedback mechanism. I believe your suggestion and contribution will reach to the appropriate authority. Thank you so much, sir, for your contribution and suggestion. All right, sir, back to you. You were saying something towards the enlightenment, and that is what he's almost saying. So I also seize this opportunity once again to tell our viewers, please hit the share button, hit the like button. Let everyone get aware of what is going on. With this, we can do something tangible. If you are watching us, share this program to your timeline, share it to your contacts, and let's do a great work in implementing this policy for the benefit of our country. Thank you. So, sir, we have dwelled much on this enlightenment, and the caller also has talked much on it. I want us to go to another question. You know, when you talk about this implementation of cashless policy, just like Madam have said, do you understand? So, does it mean that there will be no cash? There will be cash, but what you're saying it will be limited. But as of now, when you go down now, you want to board a car, a bus down to Rumana, you will still see the old notes on the hand of the bus drivers and the conductors. So my question is, who are the stakeholders involved in the withdrawal of these notes and the issuance of the new ones? And what can be done?
Well, like we have always said that we will identify the C.E.O as one of the major stakeholders for designing the NAIRA notes. And we also have identified the banks, both the commercial banks and the financial bank, and all the financial institutions are also one of the major stakeholders. However, the CBN has actually extended. That's why I won't go to fault the CBN anymore. They actually extend the date. So we'll now have more time. I think we'll have January, we'll have February, we'll have March, we'll have April, we'll have May, we'll have June. So we can see, we'll still have the time.
Sorry, sir, to cut you off. You know, it is on record, it's even on news that CBN printed 500 million pieces of these notes. And it has been rolled out since December 15th. And from the analysis we got, is in no circulation. What we are asking, who are the stakeholders responsible? CBN has done their part of issuing it. And what is the way forward so that it can start coming in?
It's a gradual process. It's like a new baby. It will gradually start from somewhere. It will roll down. I've seen the new currencies for 1 or 2 persons in circulations. So it's something that we need to give them. It's gradual.
Have you used it to do your services?
Myself?
Yeah, to provide services.
It has not been in that editing, but I think I've seen it, and I see the circulation. In fact, but the truth is that I believe that with time, that what we need more now is to do the proper enlightenment to our people. And in terms of circulation of the currencies, with time, within which space of time, the currency will be able to go around to all Nigerians.
Okay. All right, thank you. I want to ask you another question before we come back to Ma. So the question I want to ask you, this redesign of these new notes of 500, 200, and 1,000 denomination, it will promote cashless policy. So I want to ask, how can individual businessmen and women overcome the low circulation of cash and still effectively and efficiently do their business? How can they overcome it? Because, for instance, these businessmen and women I'm talking of, it's not the one we see in Port Harcourt here. You enter a supermarket or what? Those ones in the rural area, the remote part of the area. Like when you go to Borikiri here and you want to get like a bucket of crayfish and you say, please, can I transfer to you? They say, no, they connect cash, this and that. How can they successfully continue to do their business? What do you think?
Proper enlightenment is the key. Proper enlightenment. Before now, for instance, in our as a financial inclusion agent, we partner with banks and give loan to this market we are talking about. That is my major bulk of my services. I found out that most of them cannot qualify for the loan because most of the loan are cash flow. And they are doing business, they say, no, I don't use my account. And they buy and they sell, and they put money from my hand. From them, hold money in their hand. Imagine what they want to go and buy, they hold money in their hand. What is a bunch of money in their hand? So tired in their wrapper. You see, so that's the reason why the proper enlightenment need to be done. Now, there's no way we can eliminate physical cash. There's no way. Nobody is saying that we should eliminate physical, but there will be a reduction to the separation of the physical cash. And for these women too, you may tell that some of them are also enlightened. Some among them are enlightened. Some of their children are educated. They can help them. They can help them with the use of the app. They can have an Android phone, do transfer. And what the reason means that Sometimes say, oh, why I don't want to use account is that there are fraudulent people. If I put money in my account, they will debit me. Bank will debit me. 419 will come and collect my money. Fraudsters will come in. And so what we really need is proper enlightenment. In a situation whereby somebody, these Yahoo boys, will stay in their house and call somebody, is it Chimwe or Luca? Yeah, is there my Chimwe Luca? And you do your BVN in First Bank? Yes. Oh, your BVN having problem. I will send you a code. Let me send me back so I will do BVN well. And the person send back the code to the person, and the entire money is wiped out from the person's account. It's discouraging. And that's why we need to really go down to the grassroots and enlighten them. And one of the first caller is saying about national registration agencies to go down to the grassroots. And now you did have the mobility to what we're talking about enlightenment, partnership and enlightenment is formed. It's formed. But I'm talking about partnering with the media, the printing press and the visual, the radio and all that, most of them. It's not about who is funding, who will fund the campaign. The NOA is ready. I see a good work has already been doing by NOA University. But who is funding it? Going down to the grassroots, somebody talk about having buses. I mean, there's something like somebody said you need to have buses that all the areas in Nigeria. Who is going to fund NOA to support this? But the people need this enlightenment. The people need enlightenment. It's not enough by bringing up policies that Nisha also said, but on that is to ensure the success of that policies. Yeah. And CBN cannot sit in Abuja and make policies without compliance for the grassroots. The grassroots suffer the policies if there is no adequate compliance, if there is no adequate enlightenment, the people suffer it. So I think that the proper enlightenment should be done, and one of the reasons why they can use enlightenment should be through the national registration agencies, because it's a government agencies and the people who believe a program that is coming from national registration agencies than the ordinary social media program. Are you getting with me? So that is one of the major problems we need to attack first and foremost. That enlightenment is one of the key. Then two, also talk about we now have the agents circulating all over the country. You know, one funny thing about the youth in Nigeria, we have a good population who are youth, and they have not seen the agency work as a profitable business. I mean, it's a well-paid job. If you're an agent, a bank agent, you engage in open account, is to talk about she's going from a remote area from Bonny Town. And it will be difficult for somebody who is not a liberal client to go to Bonny. When I have a reverse bank, I have not been to Bonny before. I have activities to go to Bonny. First time I phone a year about it, I avoid it. I said, please let me send somebody to go and present me in Bonny. I can't go there. So it will go, okay, well, this is for us to have somebody who's from Bonny, train the person as an agent, so that the person can engage Bonny people for financial inclusion. Yeah. So we need that synergy between the CBN, the commercial bank, the media, everybody, all stakeholders together. You know, I think design, you know, if we have been wanting, you have been in those CBN are trying their best, but we need them to be more proactive to ensure the success of their policy. It's a good policy. It's a good policy. Yeah. We saw how a bunch of NAIRA notes were littered all over the country, spoiled NAIRA notes, and people were, people are complaining, nobody that this kind of money was there. Somewhere. Yeah. So this policy were able to bring all those things out, and we knew that this will happen. One or two persons were also arrested in the course of depositing this money. When they make position that, okay, you can deposit 15 million, but we are bringing 1 billion naira to deposit. We're asking them, how do you get this money? So we don't account for it. So the advice that the policies have made some success, but we need a comprehensive, we need a put all hands, what they call it, all hands on the table to make sure that these things work out well for Nigerians.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir,
Thank you very much
for your contribution. Enlightenment is the key. Right now, just like we promised you, viewers, we are not left out of this discussion. So we want to read up your comments, contribution, and suggestion. When we come back, we'll come back to you, ma. All right, ma. Thank you. So, on our platform, thank you, Ellis and Riadapa, for watching with us, for streaming live with us. Cynthia Ifani, thank you. Bekimbo Williams, we can see you. Brownie and Tony, thank you. Irene, we thank you for streaming live with us. Bridget Idemio, thank you for streaming live with us. She said, the masses and all stakeholders need to be part of the process for a successful financial inclusion. Samson Onu, he said, well done. He's from Falga. So Peter Ikabe, thank you. He said the redesigned NAIRA notes will increase financial inclusion as the country moves towards a more cashless economy. Well done, Noah Rivers. This from Faith, thank God. Peter Ikabe also said we should at all times note that NAIRA notes are national symbols and should be respected. That's a good one. Hence, during ceremony, it should be accorded due respect and violators arrested and prosecuted accordingly. Thank you for that contribution and suggestion. Thank you, Mr. Ellis Dapa. He said, more than 3 weeks after the launch of the redesigned NAIRA notes, the commercial banks are not dispensing the notes. You hardly see the new notes in circulation. CBN need to up their game. Thank you, sir. That's what we have been discussing. And our guest, Comrade Prince, said that is coming up. There is a gradual process, and we should believe the CBN, and that's why it has been extended from now to June. Thank you, young guy Yotamino, for streaming live with us. Thank you, Ntedion Nepo. He said most market women have refused to accept the redesigned NAIRA note, saying they know little or nothing about it. So it is pertinent the Central Bank of Nigeria collaborates with National Orientation Agency, because it is NOA who can pass this message to the grassroots. I'm sure the NOA will be open to them, so the news can spread to everyone. Thank you for that suggestion. It's already recorded and they will hear. Bekimbo Williams, the CBN are yet to sensitize and educate the masses about the new NAIRA notes policy, and this has brought some doubts. Again, masses are now looking at the new notes with doubt if it's real. Thank you, sir. The sensitization and the enlightenment will soon kick off. I believe the government responsible will adopt all these suggestions and engage National Orientation Agency. This is from Peter Ikabe. What are the symbiotic roles of the financial institution to critically implement the currency policy in the country? We'll come back to this question. Let's run down other comments. This is from Why Ghana Command. The federal government and other financial regulators have to address the misuse of the local currency. There are many ways we abuse the NAIRA without fear of being punished. That's true. And we'll come to this. We should at all times note that NAIRA notes are national symbols and should be respected. Hence, during ceremony, it should be accorded due respect. This is from Bekimbo Williams again. CBN should do the right thing, sensitize and circulate new notes through commercial banks. Act quickly as possible to enable the masses have confidence on the new notes and policies. This is from Frank Enawaj. He's wishing Happy New Year and God bless everyone. They say Happy New Year and God bless you. There is hope for Nigeria. Yes, sir. We believe there is hope for Nigeria. Thank you, Elaye Champ Jumbo, wishing us a Happy New Year. Thank you for swimming live with us. Thank you, Mr. Senibo Abiye, for swimming live with us. Thank you, Chimwapara. We can see you. Thank you, Wokoma Emele. Thank you for the recommendation. That is an interesting topic. Thank you, Samuel Akibat, for swimming live. Thank you, Mr. Jude Mba. He said the masses has little confidence in the new redesigned notes. Information posted on the social media has it that the new notes can easily change its color, especially when it comes in contact with water. Though I have seen the video, they can't confirm it myself since I've not seen the new notes. But if this happens to be true, we are in for a serious problem, as the fake of these notes will soon be everywhere in the country. All right, sir, your comment is noted, and the appropriate authority will take note of it. Boma Amadi, he say, Happy New Year, NOA Rivers. CBN should make the new notes available by circulating it. Thank you, Boma Amadi, and we wish you too Happy New Year. By 31st January, the old notes will cease to become legal tender. But up till now, the new notes are not in circulation. Thank you, sir, for this contribution. We would also want to let you know it has been extended, just like one of the guests have said, it has been extended from now to June 2023. So let's be relaxed. There is hope for Nigeria, just like one of the commenters said. Thank you. The CBN has extended the time to the month of June. Yeah. Thank you. From Ewarama Brown, thank you. He's saying Happy New Year. And he's a Como from Boni Local Government. Thank you, sir. Our regards to Boni Local Government area too. And Happy New Year to them over there. Then Barifua Way Kabari say Happy New Year. Thank you. We wish you Happy New Year too. Ewarama Brown say thank you. Douglas Madison for swimming life with us. Ewarama Brown, thank you. We do carry out sensitization, but you rightly said the logistic involved. Nobody wants to take responsibility. It's the Como, just like he said, of Boni Local Government. Sir, something will be done. The appropriate authority will communicate to NOA, and I believe they will not send you out empty-handed. Thank you. Then this is from Samuel Akiba. There is nothing wrong in the change in the color of some Naira notes. The only thing required of government is to use its institution to adequately inform the people the benefits of this policy. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for this contribution. Then we are coming back to the question asked by one of the commenters. He has a good. He said, okay, he said, what are the symbiotic roles of the financial institutions to critically implement this currency policy in the country?
You know, he has actually answered the question earlier. You know, there is a symbiotic role, and the major stakeholder here is the CBN. So what the CBN should do is to liaise with every commercial bank down to the microfinance organizations, down to the agents that he is talking about. That is a symbiotic role, and that is the duty, if you ask me, that is the duty of the central bank, you know, to carry, you know, this is their baby, so they should do everything possible, liaise with, you know, every agency and every institution, financial institution, you know, to ensure that this policy does not, you know, die at birth. So I think there ought to be a symbiotic role, which CBN should be the arrowhead here.
Yeah. Thank you, ma. But with the information that we have gathered till now, and this low circulation, from the introduction, I have mentioned several of the printed pieces of the printed note, and statistics shows that we have 31 banks in Nigeria. We have 31 banks with about 4,603 branches across the nation. And if divided, if this have been spread appropriately, it is expected that each bank should have at least 108,624 pieces of these notes. So what do you think might have caused the bank of this issuance of these notes? What do you think? And then how do you think that CBN, as Nigerian Assets Management Institution, can help to monitor the deposit money banks on this?
Thank you for that. Monitor. Just like I said earlier, the issue of policies, we don't have problems with that.
Yes.
But monitoring, who is checking who?
Yeah.
1,000 and something pieces of the notes. So where is it?
Not 1,000, million.
A million. Where is it? Some money bags have collected it all and kept it somewhere. If you ask me, if millions of the pieces of these new Naira notes, at least somebody like me should have one in my purse. At least somebody in Boni, in my village, should have one, should have seen one. So the question is, where are all these pieces? That is why like I said, the central bank is the arrowhead. It's like a mother who gives birth to a child. You everything about that baby is you. Everything about that baby is you. dies, they call you. If the baby survives, God be praised. So if this policy, of course, I believe it will not die.
Yeah.
You know, if anything happens to this policy, central bank should be held responsible because this is their baby. You know, so what's the question central bank should ask commercial banks? Why are you still dispensing the old notes? We have given you XYZ pieces of these new notes. Why are you still dispensing these new notes? But of course, unfortunately, corruption will hold sway in everything that happens in Nigeria. I know that there was a time, I think sometime late December or thereabout, that some money bags have gone to the bank and collected all the NAIRA notes, which I now want to believe is true. If it is not true, why? The least person you should expect to have the new NAIRA notes
is the bus conductor.
No, thank you. You took it off my mouth. The bus conductor should have at least a piece of it, but they don't have it because that is where you have the masses. So if the bus conductor does not have one piece of the new NAIRA notes, then where is it? If the tomato seller does not have one piece of this new NAIRA notes, then where is it? Corruption is already rearing its ugly head in this beautiful policy. And I think CBN should up its game by ensuring that they monitor the financial institutions, especially the commercial banks, and ensure that these monies are dispensed appropriately. If not, we will still have the problem of money being lodged. We all saw it on social media, where 2 trailer loads of money, 1,000 naira pieces, becoming dust, loaded, 2 trailer loads. How much would that be? Don't you think that is what is about playing out now? Where our money bags take this money, put them in their toilets, put wherever. So I think CBN should up its game and create enlightenment. Like the other caller said, NOA is a federal government agency. And by the time NOA goes to my village in Bonny, local government area, to sensitize my grandmother there, they will tend to believe. They will tend to believe. So I think the Central Bank of Nigeria also should partner seriously, because the NOA is a federal agency. So they should partner seriously with the NOA so that NOA will hit the ground running. But it's not too late between now and June. You know, create everything possible to make sure that people are sensitized, to make sure that our money bags don't see this thing as it is time to hoard. Because that is exactly, if you ask me, that is exactly what may be playing out now. Why we don't have that money in good circulation, based on the statistic that says that so much has been sent into the system.
Thank you, ma, for that contribution. So please, I want you to tell us why you round off on this program, because time is really running fast. We are running out of time. Are there disciplinary action against the stakeholders who try to default this policy, making things difficult for CBN to carry out its mandate on cashless policy?
Thank you very much. Like Madam have said, but I want to just add a little. When you talk about the stakeholders, we also have the security agencies. They are also the stakeholder, part of stakeholders.
Okay.
You have the Economic and Financial Crime Commission, the FCC, the ICPC, and all that. And they are supposed to be checkmating the activities of these banks. They are supposed to be checkmating the activities of the CBN, even the CBN too. They are supposed to checkmate what is not happening. They are supposed to see, for instance, if she talk about hoarding, I believe that I won't be able to say that it's not hoarding. But if at this point this amount of money has been released into the banks, and hardly one can easily find the money in the street of Nigeria, then something is wrong somewhere. So the security agencies, before the CBN cannot do it alone. They will talk about the stakeholders. CBN is just one of the stakeholders. So the security agencies, the FCC, what really are they doing in respect of this? how I'm able to see some sources they recorded by discovering some old Naira note and all that. But for new Naira note, how are they able to monitor to ensure that this money goes to the proper banks and this money is also distributed to Nigerians? Because that is that's the objective of the whole thing. Yeah. This money to make available, to be available for Nigerians. And so, if the securities cannot do their job, then we're going to have problems, and there will be partially no difference between the old currency and the new currencies, because what we are trying to avoid, we also want to meet it back in the new currencies. If, for example, because of election, the politicians have access to take this money in a billion from Naira to their home, then why do we come up with those policies? So I think that the securities need to wake up and live up to the expectation of serving Nigerians and serve Nigeria adequately, because they are being paid by Nigerian taxpayers. So they should do their job. I believe that there are gaps from the security agencies, because it is not CBN who will go there and make an arrest. It's not the CBN. The CBN cannot do the work of the FCC. Again, the CBN cannot, the EFCC, the commercial bank cannot do the work of the EFCC. So if they are living up to their own games, I think we will have that smooth running for make sure that these corruptions have been somehow eliminated from the whole thing. We know that here in Nigeria, where they say Yana Nigeria, but that slogan should be, when are we going to be better countries? If we say Yana Nigeria, that we say corruption in Nigeria, and we should refuse to accept this corruption as a Nigerian thing. And that should be the new Nigerian mindset. It should be the new Nigerian mindset. We're going to reject corruption. And that's what we can see. We deserve the best. That's concerns. The people that say the US and other countries in Europe, they are not like us. And if they're living a better life in the US, in Europe, we in Nigeria also deserve to live a better life. So we should reject corruption to that extent. And so look, the right thing should be done, and the right thing is to be strict monitoring of this new Naira note, making sure that the commercial banks they are not mix up or the benefit to Nigerians by giving this money to some people who hold this money, and Nigeria will be able to see it and to cause another issue for Nigerians. Thank you very much. Thank
you so much, sir. Thank you for that contribution. We are running out of time. I'll be bringing this program to end at this moment. But I'll give you a promise that the discussion has not ended. We'll be coming back next week to continue on this issue so as to get everything in order. But from our last guest who also talked about security agencies, they are important stakeholders in this issue. You know, where anomaly is being considered as an order of the day, discipline is not supposed to be counted out. Let's come together and then find a way to treat this anomaly, and let's embrace the new development for the good of everyone. We want to say thank you for being with us today, for staying with us today. And before we go, we want to say thank you once again to our guests who did not bust in any of their contribution, but they pour out everything within their capacity to show us the way to go. From my left, I want to say thank you once again, Mrs. ELAYE Jumbo.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And I believe when we call you next time, you will show up.
I'll be obliged.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you,
ma. We are grateful. And also to High Comrade Prince ATUMA, we are grateful, sir, for the profound ideas that you poured out this morning.
The pressure.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And the appreciation will be complete if we did not appreciate the executive producer of this program, Dr. Gaba Abari, the National Orientation Agency General Director. Thank you, sir, for giving us this platform. And also to the producer of this program, Barrister Yonga Yatamuna. Thank you, sir, for giving us this opportunity and for your effort to make sure this program is running. And also to the studio director of this program, Mr. Briggs Arore. Thank you, sir, for the seamless production of this program. Thank you. And to you viewers, we want to say a big thank you for your participation. We still encourage you to disseminate this information by sharing it to your contact. Let everyone get to know their role in playing for better development of this country. Thank you, thank you. We appreciate you for your comment, your suggestions, and then contribution and your question. Thank you, viewers. We appreciate you. Remember, to do the right thing. When we do the right thing, we transform Nigeria. We make Nigeria great. Stay safe and have a beautiful year 2023. Remain blessed and see you next week. Thank you.